Now, when you say that the journalists who walk in the front door of the Times building are doing their best to be fair, I would believe you, except I know for a fact that's not true because I read their Twitter feeds, and I want to give you some examples. Now, these are not opinion columnists. These are not Gail Collins's Twitter feeds. These are Michael Barbaro, for example, who's a straightforward news reporter. Here's one. This is November 15th. Pardon me for asking, but what qualifies Jared Kushner to have a seat at the presidential table? Huh. There's Eric Lipton, another reporter. White House's QVC. It has started. Here's Peter Baker. For a new president from reality television, a cabinet selection that resembles a pageant. Liam Stack, and I'm quoting now, the Electoral College was meant to stop men like Trump from taking office. Are you kidding? These are news reporters saying this stuff?
Yeah, I think it's outrageous. I think that should not be. They shouldn't be tweeted, and they shouldn't. And it does concern me that would be that'd be. I mean, everybody's going to have their personal political views. We all do, but they ought to be personal. And if you sign up to be a journalist, then that's what you ought to be. So, you know, when I say that I think the majority do walk in the door, there's hundreds and hundreds of reporters at the New York Times.
But these are the ones who are covering politics. These are the famous ones. And here are ones that particularly bothered me, because they suggest not just the personal politics on the part of the reporter, but what they believe the mission of the Times is. This is from Michael Barbaro, November 9th. This is Election Day. Quote, "We had fearless journalism throughout 2016. Voters wanted what they wanted." In other words, we tried to keep this guy from getting elected, but he did anyway. Peter Baker, same sentiment. This is recently. "Real scandal isn't what the media didn't report. It's what it did, and readers didn't care." In other words, we tried to stop Trump from getting elected, but he got elected anyway. Don't blame us. That suggests they don't understand the mission of a newspaper, which is to bring you the news, not to affect the outcome of a political race.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of angst and concern at big media organizations about whether we're going to get blamed by the left, by you know, the half of America that did not vote for Trump, for putting Trump in office. And so I do think that you see a lot of that sentiment out there.
Yes, but is there concern, as much concern, about non-left readers like me?
No, I don't think there is.
Here's my honest, and you're not responsible for this, so I don't mean to bark at you about it, but where are the editors here? I mean, if I was the New York Times and my editors were tweeting crap like that, I would say, you stop that right now or I'm firing you. Why don't they do that?
I don't know. I don't know that any of those people should be fired, but I do think that when people go over the line like that, and I think some of those are over the line, that there ought to be some kind of a consequence for that. There ought to at least be a clear, strict conversation that's had so that everybody else understands it's not okay.